The Texas Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Fame will have their induction ceremony later this month in Fort Worth. And an Austin resident will be among the group joining the Hall of Fame this year. Local journalist and author Gail Woerner is here to talk about the honor today. Also joining us, Don Ward, the chairman of the Texas Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Fame Board of Directors. Thank you both for being with us today. I feel like I should have my hat on today.
Absolutely.
I feel a little bit out of place
every day.
That's right. Let's start with you, Don. Just tell us a little bit about the Hall of Fame.
Well, the Texas Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Fame started in Belton, Texas, just a little bit north of here. We moved to Fort Worth about 4 years ago, and it has been a great fit. That is just the old historic stockyards. We're actually in the Cowtown Coliseum, where they have weekly rodeos still, every Friday and Saturday night, and we're right there in the middle of all of that. The thing that's unique about the Texas Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Fame, to my way of thinking, is we recognize, of course, the world's champions, the people like Fred Whitfield, but we also honor those people, we call them trailblazers, that maybe didn't go nationally in their rodeo careers, but rodeoed right here in Texas. And so I think having that whole history of rodeo, you know, Texas is the birthplace of the American cowboy, the birthplace of rodeo. There's several cities that claim to be the first place to have organized rodeos, and so it's just natural, and as Gail pointed out earlier, it is the national sport of Texas, in fact.
That's a good way to put it. So, having said that, what does this honor mean to you, Gail, to be going into the Hall of Fame in this way?
It means a great deal. I write about the people who are going in. I don't expect to go in myself, so when this call came, I was very flattered and honored to be there. I've thought about it a lot, and I think this is probably the highest honor I've gotten.
Wow, that's saying a lot. Tell us about some of the other inductees going into
Well, I think the ones that people here in Austin are going to know, Fred Whitfield, of course, has performed here, competed at the Austin Rodeo a number of times. Cody Lambert, a lot of people know Cody. Also, Dan Cormier, Butch Kirby. I mentioned a friend of mine, a guy named Keith Chapman, who rodeoed in college, and then laid off for a while and won a couple of world championships in the over 50 division of riding saddle broncs. I personally think he may have landed on his head one too many times, and I've told him that. Sure. But we have about 25 inductees. Gail is going in the Western Heritage category, a category where we recognize people who promote rodeo and the Western lifestyle. I'll mention not a native to Austin, but lives here now, is Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst is one of our inductees. A lot of people don't realize that he is a team roper and now rides cutting horses, as well as being Lieutenant Governor of Texas, and he's one of our inductees.
I did not know that. I'll have to ask him about that. So, as a historian, as someone who's written about the sport extensively, just talk a little about the Hall of Fame and what it means for all these people to be included in this great class.
Well, first of all, when National Finals comes along in December, there are more cowboys and cowgirls from Texas than from any other state in the United States. Now that tells you right there why we should have a Texas Rodeo Cowboys Hall of Fame. And like Don said, it honors everybody, not just the ones who do go to national finals, but those who had a very important part in the development or in some way in rodeo. I think that this is not just the Hall of Famers, but the people who started it. He mentioned someone who started providing stock, but not on a professional level, but here in this area. People like that need to be recognized for their commitment to rodeo. Rodeo is the history of the American West. Rodeo has a lot to say about the history of our country, but you're not going to read it in the history books.
But you will at the Hall of Fame. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you, Brian.
And best of luck the rest of this month, at the end of the month when this comes up. If you'd like more information about the Texas Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Fame, we've got a link set up for you at KVUE.com. Just check the news links section of our website.